You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 131.
130.
God,
CJ Ham.
I even had, like, in the shower this morning, I even had, like, I had a bit built up for 131.
You did this last week too.
I really?
You said last week was 130. That's why you thought it was 31?
I'm always one ahead. Always one ahead.
God,
I hate that.
Whether that's strokes, whether that's episodes, it doesn't matter.
I think you should live more in the present because it's a gift.
You know what, Tyler? I've heard a wise man once say that. I think that wise man may have been...
Who did say? Whose quote is that?
No, it comes off a movie. It's a Disney movie. I haven't actually
from
seen...
The Lion King, isn't it?
I believe so.
I have no idea.
Can you look that up, Jake?
Yeah, of course, Ryan.
Can you ChatGPT that?
Just Google it.
Just ChatGPT it real quick. Log in, get your prompt ready, ask him what movie that's from. Lion King?
We need words.
Apparently, it's from Kung Fu Panda. Master.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep, that makes sense. I know he's like a blue character. He's like a blue.
No, he's a green turtle.
Master
Okay.
is it old. I watched Kung Fu Panda recently.
See, I can't tell you the last time I watched an animated movie.
Well, when you're a kid, in about a year, you're going to be watching a ton.
What's the first one that you recommend?
Oh,
I've also never seen Frozen.
That's pretty good.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Frozen 2, not so much.
Like storyline wise, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Okay.
Oh, the reindeer fucks Sven.
Like in the movie?
No.
Oh.
He's just cool.
Yeah, he's sweet.
I mean, those Disney movies, man, they're throwing in so many sexual innuendos.
I mean, you got to start with the classics. Like I started my kids on like Tarzan and Hercules and
Okay.
those
are all
are the good
movies.
ones. Yeah.
What's the one with the little deer? Bambi.
Bambi.
I remember watching Bambi.
I didn't start that old. Like we did watch Fox and the Hound the other day.
Yeah.
Honestly, like good for its time. Fox and the Hound has lost a step compared to today's storytelling.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're telling me that movies today are getting better than the classics?
Yes, which is good. We want that.
Because when we look at the golf world, there's no movie that is ever compared to Happy Gilmore. That's an absolute classic.
Right. Remember when we used to do movie reviews on this podcast because we were so bored?
Well, yeah, we ran out of golf movies to review.
Oh, there's plenty.
Is there?
Yeah.
What?
We looked it up. Remember we thought we were like done with golf movies and then there was like 15 more we hadn't done. And then you and I just silently agreed to let that segment die. So
Well, yeah, no, I'm with you. But I think it got down to like Space Jam being a golf movie when MJ, when like, I mean, it all starts on the course essentially.
yeah, like we talked, there was like a handful of like really low budget, obscure golf movies. Like one was I think called The Caddies. And it was like basically a ripoff of Caddyshack.
Okay.
There's a few others. I can't remember them off the top, obviously, but
I was at Sweet Shots the other day, Saturday, and I heard a couple Tin Cup references in the bay next to me. And these people were probably in their early 50s, late 40s.
hell yeah.
So I'm waiting to see what type of references that I'm making when I'm 40 and 50.
We need a good golf movie. We're getting these docs. We need another golf movie besides Happy Gilmore for our generation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
That
even before
There
yours.
there hasn't been a good golf movie in how long? So
Has there even been an attempt?
I don't think so.
That's what I'm asking. Is it even possible to make another good golf movie?
Like they need to do what they're doing with all musicians and these biopics for John Daly. That's a good movie because he got his start on accident. Basically, like he got brought into a tournament randomly because somebody else had dropped out, and then he lit it the fuck up, and that launched his career. And he's got plenty of ups and downs. Tiger, you can't do Tigers yet because he's still in it.
Yeah.
You got to wait for like 20 years to do Tiger's biopic.
Right. Which, like, in 20 years, Tyler, I'm going to be 50.
And we're going to be at the movie theater.
I mean, we could.
Yeah,
watch
That's actually
metaverse.
wild to think of. In 20 years, I'll be 50 years
In
old.
20 years, we'll be on podcast 3,000. We'll be on 3,000 Roger Maris.
I was gonna say then we have to go like hits wise for MLB players.
Yeah.
Or like episode Andre 3000.
Yep.
Who
That'd be
knows?
a good one.
I mean, and who knows where podcasts are even gonna be in the next
The
20 years.
metaverse.
So I mean,
It's all VR.
It'll be all live shows, but people
Yeah.
will be like sitting here in front of us. We'll have goggles on.
yeah, we'll have goggles. We'll probably have like some sort of chip in our brain where we don't even need mics and headphones. We just we click something on and we can
That's
just start
scary.
talking.
Oh Jesus.
That's scary. I don't know if I want my thoughts being broadcasted.
I mean, but think about it. Look at what ChatGPT can do.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of ChatGPT, I saw a video the other day. This guy was using it as his caddy.
Explain.
And
What?
how he started out, I mean, the guy's prompt into ChatGPT was a little excessive. I mean, I think you can get away with a couple sentences. This guy put his damn life story down so that he could get known.
Like every time he type it out, or do you have a copy paste ready? Or
No, he typed it out every single time.
okay,
Oh, God.
okay,
Yeah.
So people rip on us for pace of play. Can you imagine sitting behind a guy that's whipping out his phone and it looks like he's just texting for 5 minutes before every shot? I would
Yeah,
be
man.
so upset.
Imagine if you get the prompts wrong too. You're like, oh, I gotta redo this one.
Yep. Or it's like too long and ChatGPT is like, that's outside your subscription. So.
Yeah. Or it like doesn't give you what you want. It's like, I don't know. I mean, the world of golf is not ready for ChatGPT. I think this guy showed it. Again, he like damn near put his life story down. And then what he didn't do right away is he didn't like put his stock yardages in. I think I would have started with my stock yardages so it could have known that right off the bat. But I don't know. It was weird because when the guy hit a shot, he would then tell ChatGPT how that shot went, and then it would kind of reconfigure some things for his next shot. So it's like, hey, I had a $140 into the pin. I only hit it 120, so I was 20 yards short, but I did hit a little bit fat. So it's like he was giving all this analysis on his swing. And yes, you're right, Tyler. If I'm even behind a solo, that's just face dug into his phone
The whole time.
Also, you got to be pretty fucking lonely.
Yeah, so it starts off, we're watching this guy, we're just upset. Like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He can't be texting that many people. And then by hole 5, we're like, this poor guy's got no one to talk to.
Yeah, it's almost like, can I take your phone and throw it in the pond?
Yeah, like,
I won't give you a penalty stroke for it.
buddy, whatever you're going through, just put your phone away in golf.
Yeah. What?
But I think a lot of people are going to start talking to ChatGPT like as a human, like human to human interaction, human to AI interaction.
Speaking of movies, you guys ever watch that Joaquin Phoenix movie, Her, where he falls in love with the AI on his phone?
Oh, I've seen
No.
that.
Yeah.
No.
I haven't watched it, but I've seen the movie exists. Yeah.
Yeah, I've watched bits and pieces. I've never watched the full thing either. I was kind of hoping one of you had. But essentially, that's the storyline. He falls in love with like a dating AI.
Jesus Christ.
Is it on Netflix?
I don't know where it is. It was a movie theater release. I don't know. It's somewhere, I'm sure.
So like you have catfishing. What's that called? When the AI just doesn't show up in real life.
I think
What do you gotta be snorting in your bedroom or smoking in your bedroom for you to think this is real?
with AI, it's always there.
I get
Yeah.
that, but there's certain things you can't do with your phone that you can do with other people.
Well,
Not yet.
I mean, it'll never
Imagine-
leave you.
Oh, I had something that I was gonna say. Not gonna though.
Dude,
Not
look-
gonna. PG podcast.
Since when?
Yeah. What?
PG-13 podcast. We don't smoke cigs, so it doesn't need to be rated R.
Like Tumblr. Tumblr started out as like a cool open forum
Yeah,
to
now it's
post
just
your
porn.
shit. Porn. Now it's porn.
What the fuck?
metaverse is starting out as like a cool place for people to meet. Soon enough, porn.
Because I mean, you can picture like Grandma's Boy. Yeah. Like you can picture the people that are really hitting this kind of stuff hard, and they're taking
That's
it
a
over,
movie for
essentially.
those who don't know.
Yeah.
Grandma Boy's a great movie.
It is.
You guys
It
know
is.
what scene I'm thinking of right now too.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I mean, isn't that fun? It's a classic too. I don't even need to say the scene, and you already know what scene I'm talking about from Grandma's Boy. They don't make movies like that anymore.
No.
That's an Adam Sandler written movie. Do you know that?
Is it?
It's Happy Madison production.
Yep.
Happy Maddie. What a
Yeah.
great name for a production company, by the way.
He just took the two movies that put it on. He's like, let's combine them.
I know, it's kind of wild. So yeah, I mean, obviously this is the first time I've ever seen someone use ChatGPT on the golf course. I'm not going to do it because, again, like you said earlier, Tyler, 18 birdies can do that with a premium subscription.
Yeah.
Also, we're kind of just out there to relax and not be on our phone.
I am trying to disconnect. The most I'm on the phone, we talked about this, like getting texts and phone calls can ruin a round.
Big time.
And so I'm trying to be off my phone as much as possible, except for 18 birdies. And that's literally to get my yardage and then set it back down quick.
Yeah. That's all I'm there to do.
And don't you just also we play, you play a couple rounds a year. You already mentally have your club yardage in your head.
You should.
It doesn't take that much to really get your yardages. In fact, I would say we've talked a lot about like beginner advice. It's probably one of the first things you should do while you're picking up golf.
Yeah, I think Ryan said that, like get a notes app and write down your yardages for yourself.
Yeah. What was wild was like in his initial prompt of starting the conversation, right? He put the golf course in that he was playing at, and it did know that hole 1 is a shorter par 4, and typically people go driver off the tee box to get a little bit closer to the pin right away, which was kind of wild.
That's insane.
Yeah, so the ChatGPT that I use sometimes has no knowledge of the internet pre-2018 or something like that.
Really?
So anything that's
What?
happened on the internet from 2018 on, it can't pull from that. So as long as the course's like info has been uploaded before 2018, it can pull from that.
So in your AI's mind, Tiger's only won one tournament, the 2019 Masters.
Oh, he doesn't even know that.
No, you said
20
pre-2018.
Yeah, so before that, he doesn't even know that Tiger won in 19.
Wait, so he knows everything before 18?
Yes.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought you meant everything after 8. Okay, my fault.
Everything pre
Yep.
2018.
So doesn't
Yes.
even know COVID happened.
Yeah.
What the?
Why?
Because I think I went in there one day and asked it a question about some like Twitter beef going on with some like NFL players, and it's like, sorry, ChatGPT cannot search the internet for anything pre or after 2018.
Interesting.
And I was like, oh,
I mean, give it 2 weeks. It'll be like everything current day, present day.
yep.
Tyler, I texted you the other day. So you had the last couple of days off. You had Thursday, Friday, Monday off, which you've really never done in your entire life.
Correct. It was glorious.
So I tried to minimize the amount of texts, but I had this idea and I needed to ask you about it, and I never received anything back.
Yeah, you texted me smack dab in the middle of my child's first birthday party.
And I saw the photos and I'm like, that's why.
Yeah.
I did see the photos online and I'm like, no wonder you didn't text me back. I probably would have done the same exact thing.
Yep.
But the idea was, I mean, you guys, it's fucking snowing out again.
It is.
It's
Snowing
pretty
hard.
light.
Dude, I got a fucking Snapchat memory today from 7 years ago. And I know that was a long time ago. Get off my back. But it was 68 degrees. I was on the Red River fishing in a t-shirt.
Yeah. We don't know what we're going to get.
I hate it
And
so
this
much.
year, I mean, if you look outside right now, we're not getting out on the course until mid-May.
Yeah, I was going to say June even. This is the longest we've had snow since I moved to Fargo.
Yeah.
And I moved to Fargo I moved to Moorhead, which is essentially the same thing in 2014.
Yep.
This time last year, we were on the course, all three of us.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd been shooting videos already.
We had 3 videos under our belt by this time.
I know you guys can't see emotions, but you can read them. That actually like really makes me sad.
Me too. It's genuinely depressing.
Because
Yeah.
Like, and not even just through the fact that we're a golf podcast, just like as a human, I'm so fucking sick of this snow.
It's been like 6 months already of just straight snow. It is not, an end is not in sight.
Yeah, didn't we-
October, November, December, January, February, March. We haven't played in our area in 6 months, and it's about to be 7, and then it's about to be 7.5.
Which is absolutely fucked.
Then by the time we get out there, you're going to play a quarter of the holes if they're not all flooded.
Yeah, true, because we get flooding bad in Fargo.
With all this snow and you get to all melt, we're going to be so flooded. It's going to be another fucking like 2 weeks.
We are in high risk already.
We have to take a week trip somewhere.
We do. But the text you sent me, Ryan.
Okay. Let me finish that part first. The text that I sent you was, I mean, so fucking sick and tired of looking at this white stuff on the ground. Let's just head south as short of a distance as we possibly can to get to the first course that's open.
Yes.
Now, I no, I wasn't in the shower. I was on a different apparatus in the bathroom while I was doing this. Great spot for research.
He's sitting on the counter.
Yeah.
Painting his
I was sitting on the counter. Yeah, I was washing my hands actually.
and texting.
Okay, so I'm thinking like, okay, south of Fargo would be, I mean, the closest spot you can even start. Jake, can you pull a map up? A map of the Midwest.
You can't see
Wouldn't it be
from here.
Missouri? I think it might be Missouri.
No. So I'm thinking Sioux Falls right away. Looked up Sioux Falls.
No.
Nothing open. And then I looked up Sioux City. And I have not done enough extensive research on Sioux City to see if courses are open. I have to make some phone calls. Also, golf courses don't make it easy to tell whether they're open or not.
Yeah. That's because like we've talked about this, like most municipal golf courses have a pretty bad website.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and they got to get a guy on there to tweak those bad boys.
Well, and they make them from some outside, like some third party makes the website for them, so they can't just go on there and be like, course is closed until April 2023, whatever. So I'm thinking Sioux City. Sioux City may be the first option. I just don't know if anything's open there.
Former producer of this podcast lives in Iowa, so we can do some recon.
Well, I was going to say too, if you're listening to the podcast right now and you live around the Sioux City area, that's about 4.5 hours from here, maybe.
Yeah, about
4.5. Tyler, I'd leave at 5 a.m. Get there at 9. Have a 10:30 tee time. Play 18 and come back. We'd be back that night.
I'm with you on this, but this is the 1 week of the entire winter I cannot do it. For the entire week, for the first time in my parenthood as a father of 2, I am solo dolo for the next 6 days straight. I am a single dad.
Your kids have daycare?
They have daycare, yes.
What time can you drop them off at?
Earliest drop off is 7 and pick up is 5. So we could get down there if we left. We left at 7:01. We'd get down there at like 11:30 probably. We could play play until 1, and then we can play until 12:30, and then turn around and come back so I can get him before 5.
Because Miles is also gone this week, so
I know.
Fuck.
We could try Omaha too. We just fly right in.
Well, so that's the other thing. I do know a guy who went and played, like he had like a company outing for salespeople and customers, whatever. They went and played down in Omaha last week.
Okay.
And I think they played 2 different courses, decent courses. That's from here, it's about a 6-hour drive.
No, Omaha is not that much far past Sioux City.
No, Jake, it's 6. Jake, I was just in Lincoln last week, 2 weekends ago. Jake, it's damn near my second home.
Okay, you're right.
From Wapaton, it's like 5:15, 5.5. But from Fargo, it's probably 6.
So here's the deal. All this scheming and planning for a location, we don't need to do that, Ryan, because the first course that's going to be open is right in our backyard. They don't care. Like Leonard Country Club in Leonard, North Dakota, tiny town of maybe 200 people.
Yep.
They will open as soon as the snow's off, and they don't close until there is snow on. But this is the latest snow has been on. So I can see them plowing the course so we can get out there and play that son of a bitch.
Well, okay. Before we move on to Leonard, do not cancel out the fact that we could go to Omaha and play.
I'm with you
next
if we can.
week for a day. Like we could go for one day next week, and we could play 2 rounds. Okay, we can't play 2 rounds in a day and get back at the same night. It's not there's 12-hour driving time. We can maybe go for a night, play them the next morning, and then come back. Don't rule it out, you guys. And if you have courses in Sioux City open, I know it's supposed to be 60 on Thursday, but you're out for Thursday. Got kids daycare.
Yeah.
So next week, around the Iowa area, let us know. We may make a trip down there. Leonard Country Club, Tyler. It makes me think of something. Back, a baseball player. And back during springtime, we had a couple winters like this. Not this bad, but we had a couple like it to where all of the players, like damn near half of practice in the spring was just shoveling snow onto the warning track or over the fence in the warning track.
It's like a rite of passage for Midwestern spring athletes in high school, right? I feel like every one of us in here that was in a spring sport, me, it was track. One of your practices, if not like a week of practices, was shoveling your facilities.
Yeah.
I think
Oh, yeah.
we might be the only place besides like the Canadians that are doing this.
Yeah.
Like we had a full day where we would go by our event groups. So like we had sprinters, we had long distance throwers, yada, yada, yada. Everybody got in their group, and whoever could shovel the most length of the track was the winner.
I love that.
So they just turned it into a competition, and everyone would think the throwers, right? The big boys, they could move more snow. No.
They gas out immediately.
Dead tired right away.
Now, here's another option. I mean, you got all these members at the course, right? Let's fucking put those members to work. I'm not a member, so you can't put me to work.
I'll shovel the sidewalk for you, Leonard.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think we can say, like, if we shovel tee boxes off, that's a great start. If we then go from like 200 yards out from each tee box, or 150 yards out, like the snow in front of, like 150 yards in front of the tee boxes, that can stay. Because I mean, if you hit it there, you're screwed. You just got to drop on the other side of the fairway.
For us, if we hit it there, we're just hitting another one.
Correct. Regardless if there's snow or not. So, like, let's start shoveling towards the green 150 yards out from the tee boxes and just shovel the fairways. So, like, hey, talk about, like, pinpoint accuracy. It's just like playing in tall redwoods.
This is what I wanted to do. I want them to get a big-ass V plow out there, or just any sort of plow out there, and I want them to plow the fairways, making a giant bank behind the greens for a backdrop.
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
That would be great.
We're like playing Paynes Valley 19 with no water. It's just cliffs around it, but it's cliffs of snow.
Yeah. Yeah. Greenskeeper Revenge, too. It's like, hey,
Yeah.
put one right in the middle of the fairway at 250, 260. So it's like, there's no tree to hit around, but there's a fucking 18-foot snowbank.
That would be kind of fun, actually, to like mess around with the snow on the course to make it a fun round.
Oh, 100%.
Like you purposely open up like giant patches of rough.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the rough is easier to play out of than some of the fairway.
Yeah. I mean,
And like obstacles and whatnot.
right. You're not going to get down to the grass,
Yeah.
but and therefore it's not your shots are not going to mess up. They're not going to mess up a frozen fairway.
Well, yeah, you just leave the snow in the sand and you
Right,
got to
yeah.
play out of it.
Yeah. There's got to be something that we can do. What's it cost to turf an entire 18-hole golf course?
We talked about this.
What if you just turfed the fairways and the greens?
It's going to be a lot because in my news days, I did a story on my hometown trying to get a referendum for a new football field, and it was like $1.1 million.
For 100 yards, and what are they, how many yards wide is a football
50.
field?
50?
50. It's 55 in the CFL.
So 300 by 180 feet.
Yep. So about, and not 100% of that number. 750,000, I think, is what was for the field itself.
So I mean, you're looking at about,
So you're looking.
let's just say $750K per hole.
That's a lot of fucking money.
It is a lot of money.
Jesus.
And that's for a par 3 course. That's all 100-yard long holes.
But I know that there are people out there that can do it.
We got a crowd. We'll start a GoFundMe so we can get a course somewhere around here turfed.
Because then you can plow straight down to the ground.
Yeah. You get those rubber tire things. Sometimes some of these turf fields have heating units underneath.
Just get it heated.
Yeah.
I think someone will do that eventually.
Yeah.
Tiger's already doing it with mini putt, and I understand there's not a whole lot of turf when it comes to mini putt, but there's people out there with a lot of money. Maybe the ChatGPT founders will start one. Like, hey, virtual caddy, come on over to our course. That gets me thinking, though. There's a lot of high-profile people that are starting to build their own golf courses. The one that just came to mind that just released a couple days ago, Mike Trout, Los Angeles Angels, number 20. Was he podcast number 127? 121 Mike Trout?
I'm sure he was mentioned.
He was probably mentioned. He's building his own golf course in Vineland, New Jersey. Now, he's not building the golf course, Tyler, but do you know who he's paying to build it? The one, the only, TGR.
Really?
Tiger Woods and his golf course architecture company, or whatever you'd want to call it. They're building Mike Trout's new course in New Jersey, which saw some aerial footage. Looks like there's going to be a floating green or some sort of a floating
Why,
green.
Mike? Make it more fun than that.
But that's the thing. Like the thing in golf courses these days is floating greens.
Yeah, it is a huge trend at the moment.
Which floating greens are cool, but do you know what's even cooler in my mind?
Not losing 50 balls.
Well, but a driving range into a lake.
That is
Not
good.
enough people are putting driving ranges over top of a lake.
There's one in DL.
Yep, you showed me that one.
Yep.
You showed me that one. Guy goes out in a canoe.
Yeah, they pay a kid. He gets like 10 cents a ball or something. He goes and retrieves. I don't remember what it is.
But that
Jesus.
kid's got to be wearing a life jacket, right? For liability purposes.
Yes.
No.
Good save, Tyler.
Kid's got to be wearing a life jacket. We got to make
helmet.
sure that's happening.
Yep.
And a helmet, yeah, because,
The problem with that one, though, it's not like a true lake. It's just a really, really big pond. And you can clear it if you hit your driver like 260. So you're just hitting into someone's backyard if you got the big stick out.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not ideal. We need more more of that shit.
Yeah, I think that is
Even if
super
it's
cool.
man-made.
Yep.
Fucking man-make a lake. We can
Probably
throw
cheaper than fucking turf.
We can throw all the snow in that lake, and we can have that fucker filled up by May. I
Yeah,
guarantee it.
We got a drainage ditch here. We could do our own.
Easy. We actually have a what's that pond called?
Retaining pond. That's what I
we
meant,
have a
not
retaining
drainage ditch.
Yeah. So something like that. We got to start doing that. But yeah. Anyways, Mike Trout is opening up his own course, designed by Tiger Woods.
Do you think Tiger's actually designing it, or does he have a team that's designing it and he's throwing his name on it?
Well, Tiger owns the company, the architecture company.
Okay.
So I think he probably makes some big decisions, but he for sure has guys underneath of him that are spearheading this project.
Right, because I've always wondered that with like Jack Nicholson course or I played the Tom Lehman course in are these guys, are they actually doing it? Or is it their team and they're slapping their name on it?
Or is that, and this is not to get political at all, or it's like Trump, where Trump will like pay to just get his name put on a hotel. These people are just paying to have their name on the. I don't know if that's the case. I would assume that they're helping design it.
In a true Trump fashion, he's calling it Trout National. So no, that's not a joke.
No, I know it's literally called Trout National.
Yeah.
No, I feel like they probably like.
I mean, he does have, sorry, Trevor, he does have the perfect name for a golf course. Like golf course like Salmon River.
Yeah.
Salmon River Golf
Yeah.
Course. Like
Yeah.
he's got an animal or wilderness name. You just make that your course.
It's easy.
No, I feel like Tiger Woods probably does like, I want this many par fours, par fives, and this long. And I was like, I would kind of want like bunkers at this side, and just gives like the basics.
And
And then
then
has his guys do it. They show it to him, and he goes, change that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Because
yeah, that's probably correct.
the biggest thing, like the biggest thing with these courses when they release them is like the par of the course.
yep.
And then how many yards it is. Like those are the two big pieces of information that these guys use to describe this course. So this one's a par 72, and it's like, I don't know, from the tips, 7,100 yards, for example. So yeah, you're probably right, Trevor. He probably has all that in mind. But I don't think Tiger's the type of guy who has just like an overall blueprint. Like some of the home builder companies in town, they have a blueprint that their crews can put up in a matter of 4 months, and then they move on to the next one. Family Dollar is a good example.
Yeah.
It's a fucking, it's a straight box blueprint that they use for every store. I don't think that's the case with
And
these
like
golf
Dollar General, all the dollar stores, they just have 4 walls and a bunch of shelves.
Yep,
They just
and-
pop up anywhere.
That's it. A couple cashier spots, and we're good to go.
Who do you think is, so Michael Jordan has a course. What other celebrities have courses?
Well, I
Does
know,
Steph
like,
Curry?
no, Phil Mickelson's got a couple courses.
Bob Hope.
He has his own course.
Yeah, he's got some course down in like desert and in like California or something like that. I watched a video.
Who's
on
Bob
it.
Hope?
He was a big time guy way back in the day.
No idea.
What?
He was like a
big
price
time
is
guy.
Wrong, Bob.
No, that's Bob Barker.
No, that's Bob
Yeah,
Barker.
what?
Time.
Oh, fuck. That's who I was thinking
Price
of.
is wrong, Bobby.
That is exactly who I had in my head this whole time.
So, Jake, who's Bob? You said some
Bob
big
Hope.
time
Yeah, he was
guy
a big
from back
actor.
in the day.
Yeah, he was a big actor back in the day, like back
Was
in
he
the '60s.
Like
yeah.
weight wise, is he big? I didn't.
No, he was like
Popular.
famous. Yeah, very
Okay.
popular.
Okay. What are you looking up there, Jake?
Top 6 celebs with their own golf course. Justin Timberlake has his own golf course.
What?
Yep, it's in Memphis. It's called Big Creek. Clint Eastwood has Tahama.
Fuck yeah, Clint.
That's sick.
I bet you that is no frills. It's just hard-nosed golf for the hard-nosed golfer.
Yeah.
We've got Ronald Jaworski.
No idea.
Former quarterback. I don't know. George Strait's got his own golf course.
Ooh.
Really?
Yeah. It's called Tapatio Springs.
That's his tequila. That's the name of his
it really?
tequila, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
George Strait, hole number 1, straight par 4.
Well, number 2, straight par 3.
Yeah. There's no bends in Strait's course.
It is just 9 holes stacked up on top of each other, like one in the line, and then 9 holes back.
You actually just play the course backwards.
It looks like a airport tarmac.
Yep.
And we also got Willie Nelson, which I mean, it's probably got some bends in it.
Green grass rolling hills.
I mean, well, no, he literally just he built a golf course in the middle of a pot field. That's probably what he did.
He's like the old couple in Ozarks. He just there's a pot field in the middle of the woods that also is a golf course.
That'd actually be sweet. It's kind of like a strawberry farm or like choke cherry farm, where you can like pay to go pick your own basket of like strawberries. Like you pay to go pick your own basket of like
Bud.
the devil's lettuce.
Yeah.
That's all you got, Jake?
That's all I got right there without some serious.
So who's next then?
Well, okay. What comes to mind right away is I think we're going to see more. If you look at sports contracts are getting massive these days. So you got a guy like Mike Trout, who I don't know what his last contract was, but it was
just north of 300 million.
300 million. So we could maybe do a turf golf course with Mike Trout.
Yep.
Call it Trout Turf. But I think we're going to see more high profile celebrities like Mike Trout starting to build their own golf course, because with the game of golf, you see more celebrities coming in front of the camera on a golf course. Steph Curry, Charles Barkley, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Mike Trout, all these guys are fucking golfing in the offseason. Aaron Rodgers.
You said the name of the person I was going to say is most likely to start a golf course.
T. Brady.
No, I was going to say Peyton.
Ooh.
I think Peyton. He's doing all kinds of goofy stuff. Like he's doing the play-by-play with Eli. He's popping up all over the place as a spokesperson. I can 100% see him putting up like maybe it would probably be like a par 3 course, but him building his own course soon.
I'm not going to put it past him.
Yeah, because he's doing all kinds of shit.
He is, dude. I mean, the amount like is he still in Papa John's commercials? Or
I
did he
don't
cut
know.
ties when all
I don't
that shit
think
went
so.
down?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think he was the spokesperson that took off after the shit went down.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're like, we need a new fresh face that clearly isn't racist. Peyton Manning, you're up.
Yikes. Yeah, I think that's going to be a trend going forward. I think Mike Trout's the first one. And I mean, Tiger Woods, like post golf designing courses. I mean, what a business to get in. Who doesn't want to go play a Tiger Woods design course? I mean,
we play Paynes Valley on the simulator all the time just because it was a Tiger course.
Correct.
If it was a random course in Missouri, it could be the exact same course.
100%.
In Missouri, we would never be playing it because we wouldn't know it exists.
And like no shade at Tom Lehman, but
The name does not hold the same weight.
if someone tries to like spice a course up when they're describing it to me, saying it's a Tom Lehman design, I'm like, cool.
So I'm in the boat though, that if you tell me anyone's name, I instantly think the course is probably cooler than a course with no one's name.
Yeah.
Like the Tom Lehman course, I'm like, I don't know who that is, but
Must
it's
be
probably
fucking
pretty
cool.
fucking
The
nice.
fact that
If-
you took the time to tell me that it probably makes me
like
sick.
someone could come up to me and be like, you know, that Prairie Wood in Fargo, that's a Trevor Weir course. I'd be like, oh, cool. That's a sweet course, I bet.
Yeah, that's a hell of a design he put in there.
Yeah. And then
Par 32. Where'd the other 4 strokes go? Ran out of room.
Yep.
that's part of his design. He does that a lot.
Yeah. He overcompensates, runs out of maybe 4 strokes, maybe 7 or maybe 9 strokes. Hey, we're just gonna do a par 3 course this time. I mean, this is pretty obvious coming from me, but I would love to see John Daly start his own golf course. you have Hooters restaurant in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
You have Hooters girls that are caddying, or whatever. It's like, I mean, I fucking hate country clubs, but you could make it a private country club. I don't know.
You know, cigarettes from the cart girl.
You said a lot of singers' names. I don't know if he would ever do it, but I would love if he did. Our coworker, Darius Rucker.
Yes.
D-Rock.
Also a PXG guy.
Yep.
I could see he loves golf.
My cubicle down Scottsdale at HQ is like 3 down from D-Ruck's.
Really? Nice. Mine's right next to Wriggles. He talks a ton.
You tell him to do the Step Brothers deal?
No, I was like, buddy, you got to stop. I'm trying to get some work done over here.
Yeah.
Gen 6 is just launched. I'm busy.
Back to John Daly's golf course. You have all of that mixed in. Plus, yes, you can buy cigs. Damn, they have cig vending machines at every hole.
Yep.
Also, there's a sports book inside of the clubhouse.
In the cart.
Yep.
You can place live bets in your cart on the screen. No GPS.
Didn't we talk about that?
We talked about another app where you could do live sports.
Yeah, I mean, a golf course that already has a screen on it. Like, why can you not place bets on that? That's a phenomenal idea. Who the fuck isn't going to want to go play a course with a Hooters restaurant, cig vending machines at every hole, sports betting in the clubhouse and in the cart? I mean, you could even do live wagers with your buddies. Like, you can sync carts up and be like, hey, cart 1 wants to bet cart 2 $20.
Well, you just play for your bill.
Or play for the bill.
Like, you put a deposit down at the beginning of your round, right? And you actually pay for it at the end, like a dinner. But one cart takes the bill away. So like it's $30. You and me each have $30 that we owe at the end of the round, but you're kicking my ass. So all of a sudden you only owe $20 and then you only owe $15 and the rest of the total is going to my cart.
Yeah. So you have to put you put a card on file on each cart. Mm-hmm. Nothing is charged right away. The round is going to be charged to one cart or the other. But then also like you hit the cig vending machine or you hit the bev cart, like all of that shit kind of racks up as a balance in the middle. Mm-hmm. So it's like, if you want to play for the entire bill, that's part of it. Now, you may have to be careful. Mm-hmm. You may have to skip a bev cart, a bev cart run in the middle of the course because you don't know if you're going to win or not. Mm-hmm. You might be down 3 and be like, fuck, we're going to skip it this time because if we lose, I don't want this to be $35 extra.
Mm-hmm. And I feel like it would be pretty damn easy too to like pick different games, like because you are punching in your score on these screens in your cart.
Yeah.
So at the end of every hole, you throw in your score and then the other person's score, and it just knows who won that hole. Or if it was a push, so you could have skins set up, you could have match play set up, you could do front back total setup. You could have all that set up, I feel like, pretty damn easily.
Dude, to take that to another level, all right, you pay for your rounds right away. And then there's betting games, like you just said, within the golf carts, like the golf cart technology. Now, John Daly's course, again, sportsbook, gambling, you have each person gets a player's card. Mm-hmm. And if you win a hole, that balance goes onto your player's card that you can then go spend in the clubhouse on sports bets, on food, on merch, on whatever. That would be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
We just need like a giant sports book golf combo where just gambling is encouraged.
I could not be more on board with that.
Like, why is no one even like, 'cause golf is trending. When we started this podcast, it wasn't. But golf is trending towards the regular guy. And the regular guy would absolutely love a golf course sportsbook combo where gambling is cherished and gambling is celebrated and not looked down upon by anyone snobby.
100%. Because if you go the player card model too, like these courses are implementing this technology to make that happen and then profiting off of it on the back end to where that player's card is spent again on gambling, on food, on merchandise. Like it's all staying within the course. So, and whenever it comes down to gambling, it don't matter. You don't give a shit. You just want money to spend, right? I think it's a phenomenal idea.
There's like a featured round every week where it's two guys that you know won't jeopardize shit.
Yeah.
And so then like random, you can just gamble on these two guys that are on the course.
Yeah. Like 6 holes over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, somebody sent in a video to me or a message to me last week, and there is a course, I forget where it is, but the 18th hole is shown on the screen in the clubhouse, and so people will sit in the clubhouse after their rounds and bet on the groups coming through.
I've done that live, Tyler. I think I told you, Thumper Pond, where I golf frequently in the summer. The restaurant overlooks 18, and you can sit out. You sit outside. Me and my, people's second shot is typically into the green.
Right.
So we'll just sit there and bet $5 back and forth. Hey, you won last bet, so you get your pick. All right, I'm gonna bet you $5 that this guy goes in the water, or that this guy doesn't hit the green.
No, the only trouble most of the time, you can't see the tee box as well.
Correct.
So this one, you can see every single one of their shots, and it's up on a series of screens in the clubhouse. So
that is sick.
You can bet for the whole total of who wins the hole. You can do the approach shot like you're saying.
Over under 5 strokes.
Yep.
This guy.
You can do whatever. And so people in the clubhouse are just sitting there getting pumped, and you have no idea you're being watched.
Imagine
because it's all cameras.
You watch that. I'm hoping this guy actually takes 2 practice swings because I want to see what they look like.
Yep. Yep.
Fuck, that's an amazing idea.
Yeah, just get a drone and just follow. You just pick a random. You pick a random force. We're gonna follow these guys and just follow them the whole course and just live bets on them.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a Calcutta in rodeo.
Yep.
You can place money on a specific team.
Yeah, Calcuttas in golf are a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
So in Frazee, they do one every year during league.
Okay,
they do a Calcutta.
Like that.
But if we do a drone, Trevor, they're going to see you behind that tree taking the leak. The drone's going to follow you. You're going to be sitting there, you're going to unzip and just hear...
They'd have to be about
the fucking drone's zooming in so it can see anything.
Yeah, the video or the drone have to be about 6 inches away in order to see anything with Trevor.
Well, and even if the tree's got even little twigs at the bottom, they're not seeing anything.
No,
They're covered up.
No, God no. Trevor, you're a degenerate.
I am.
What do you think? What do you think about this whole idea?
I think it's awesome. I have gotten into sports betting a lot recently, especially I've golfed a little bit on golfers, but none of my golfers ever hit their lines. So that sucks.
It's so tough.
Well, there's one course down straight south from here, the Dakota Sportsbook.
Oh yeah,
and it has the golf course right next to it too.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's pretty dope.
Oh yeah, weren't you in a fucking commercial there?
Yeah.
Trevor was in a goddamn golf commercial.
I know, I saw it.
No, it was Sportsbook commercial.
I thought you were just for the golf course. That's what you got paid.
Yeah,
golf.
We thought it was supposed to be for the golf. We go down there no, it's for the sports betting. We're like, okay, we're all in polos and golf shit. We're like, okay, might as well.
Well, and that course you can play backwards too.
Yep.
Which I've never played it before, but it might have to be a trip that we make maybe in July when the snow melts.
Go gamble. Solid.
That's
a great weekend.
I mean, the course we just described is an absolute golf trip destination.
Every fucking bachelor party in the world would go there.
And why can't even a casino start something like this?
Right.
Because casinos have a lot of money.
Dude,
yes.
I feel like we TM. That's our idea. You guys can't take it.
C circle.
Yep.
We gotta get our guys on the horn and get this done.
I don't know who we get on the horn.
We'll get Darius to do it.
But someone needs to get on the horn. Or our new boss, Bob Parsons, former founder of GoDaddy, down in Scottsdale, dude.
Ooh.
That's pretty
Where
cool.
sports betting is legal.
How about this? We get it. It's the Wild West already. We get it done in Deadwood. There's already a bunch of courses there.
Deadwood is top 3 favorite places in the United States.
Ryan loves Deadwood. I've only been once, and I loved it as well.
I've been
Ryan
4
loves
times.
Deadwood.
I've only golfed one nice course there. I've golfed a couple dog tracks, but even the dog tracks in the middle of the pines is still fucking sweet. So I'm jazzed up. The odds of this happening from our end is 0. But the odds of it happening in other people's corner is probably decent. So we'll have to have our
Michael Jordan would do this in a heartbeat.
Yeah, but maybe
loves gambling.
Guy loves gambling.
He
maybe
likes
he's-
country clubs.
He also has I think he had a gambling problem, so maybe he's just trying to get away from
No,
that.
he's still gambling.
No, he's
from what
still
I've heard.
doing it.
Yeah.
Okay,
He still
well,
has
that's
a
fair.
problem.
We got to clip this up because we need
We need proof that it was our idea.
yes, and who knows? Maybe someone already has it in the works, which I hope so. I'll make a trip there 100%.
Which it's funny. Every time we have a good idea, someone says they're already doing it.
We never see
Convenient.
it.
I had that idea 2 years ago. Oh, really?
No, you didn't.
Well, I
You
had,
had
the idea
2 minutes ago when you heard our clip.
I thought of ChatGPT 5 years ago. I just didn't do anything
Well,
with it.
honestly, I thought of Google way before Google did, and then they just did it right from under me back when I had a podcast when I was 4.
It's stupid. Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll come back, and I don't know what can beat that segment, but we're gonna try. Be right back.
Boo.
All right, guys. Before we get into the next segment, we have to talk to you about again our newest partner,
Bum, bum,
our newest place of employment, Tyler. PXG.
PXG. That PXG actually stands for PXG times guys. The guys being us.
Parsons times.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's us.
Gen 6 irons just dropped.
Just dropped. They look fucking sweet.
And I've been watching some videos on them from like the club design, like the engineers behind this. So I'm assuming every golf club company has engineers behind the scenes of what's happening inside this club and what is happening inside this club.
I like to imagine the scientists. I like to imagine the engineers at PXG as scientists in white lab coats and
Yes.
in geeky glasses
Yep.
with beakers and shit. And then the beakers are them just mixing a drink and then making a good club.
Ooh, fuck! That would actually that's not a bad gig
Yeah.
at all. From what we haven't hit him yet, we will soon. But from what I hear about the Gen 6s, Tyler, I mean, what more is there to say than they're fucking phenomenal?
Yeah, I mean, I don't pay attention to the sciencey stuff. You know that. I just know they look fucking cool.
That's the thing about
Yeah.
it is when you look good, you feel good, and when you're playing good-looking clubs, you're playing good-looking golf.
Yes. And I don't care if they're, as long as they're just as good as the Gen 5s, which I imagine they will be, because
Yep.
we have the Gen 5s and I love them.
Correct.
Specifically, so they're not known for their drivers, right? That's not been PXG's claim to fame. It's always been the irons.
Which is that I think we can call that false information.
Because the driver is my favorite club in the entire bag.
Same. Played a new course on the simulator the other day. What was it, Jake? Like a 400? Or no, it was like a 571 yard par 4 downhill from the tee box, 75 yards. Gen 5 driver, 450 yard drive. Yeah. Again, we're in the mountains. It's 75 yards downhill.
So you're like Rory at the match play, hitting the cart path going 450.
Yes. That was me with the Gen 5. And I mean, with the Gen 6, Jake aimed me straight at the fucking flag. We're going for it, baby.
Oh yeah.
We don't have specifics for you yet, but tons and tons of deals for veterans, for first responders, which I think is super cool. So go check those out. Also, a bunch of deals on the 0211s too. So go look at that stuff. Check out PXG. Promise you guys, you're going to like them.
You're gonna
You might even love them.
you're gonna look really good too.
Yeah, you'll look fucking sweet.
And when you roll up to the course looking good, people probably think you're better than you are. So that's a great way to boost the confidence off the bat. In other news, Tyler,
Yes, Ryan.
I got people sending us photos of the Union Green Balls. The T-Birds getting the deal. Now, I did confirm. We said $11.99 a box. You had shipping on top of that. They're like mid $12 a box when it's all said.
Damn it, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean,
That 50 cents.
I know. I'm now I don't have a ball marker because I had to take my 50-cent piece and put it towards these balls.
I also love. We've been with Union Green for a couple months now, and we've been fact checked by them like 20 times.
Which is okay.
Yeah, it's very on brand for us. We're close enough, okay?
Good enough for
It's
who for.
around $12 a box.
Yeah, I'm sorry if it's $12.50, but still, how can you pass that deal up? Guys, you go buy 3 boxes of T-Birds, you get 1 box free. You use promo code DoubleBogey20. It drops it down after shipping. All said and done, about $12.50 a box.
Can't beat it.
That's a dozen. So it's a little over $1 a golf ball.
That is so refreshing when you send one
Very.
50 yards into the middle of the lake to know that you only lost about 89 cents.
And that's the ball that I hit 450 yards. I shit you not.
true.
It might have been the pin drop. I can't remember what ball I was hitting.
We were rocking T-birds all day.
Okay.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I think those are the ones for distance. Pin drops are
Gotcha.
the ones for accuracy.
We'll probably be fact checked on that too.
Yep.
But
That's just a guess based off the names, but I'm
Guys.
pretty sure I'm right.
you can't go wrong with the deal on T-birds. Get them while they're hot. I also don't know if the poor caddies are back in stock, but it's a
Not
great
yet.
problem to have. It's a great problem to have. Both of those being sold out because they are that good, and they're going to spice that round up even more than it already is. UnionGreen.com. Go check them out. Promo code DoubleBogey20.
Do it.
This is actually a great stretch for golf right now. We're talking Dell Match Play.
Yep.
2 weeks, we're talking Masters.
What's this weekend?
I
Anything?
have no idea.
This weekend is like,
Obviously not a big tournament.
how do I want to?
No.
This weekend is like right in between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Christmas is-
it's that dead week that doesn't exist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or it's like the week before finals. Like, okay, let's say Christmas is Dell Match Play. The Masters is New Year's. The tournament in the middle, probably a cheaper probably like a cheaper sponsorship slot.
Jake, you want to Google that quick?
I already got it. It's the Valero Texas Open at San Antonio. So
Okay.
it's a pretty decent.
Actually, I'm pretty sure Spieth has won that one twice in the last 2 years or twice in the last 3 years.
Yep.
It's that one's typically on Easter Sunday, which Spieth dominates on Easter Sunday.
He is risen.
I don't know how
is.
many top guys are going to be playing in the Valero Texas Open just because the Masters is the week after, and that's a grind.
Yep.
But Dell Match Play this last weekend, Sam Burns takes the crown over Cameron Young.
Dude, I love this style of play so much. I understand they can't do it every week because 36 holes a day is really tough on a golfer's body.
Yep.
But it was so fun to watch. I love the tournament strategy and like the fact that there were 2 upsets in the semis, like with Scheffler and Rory go down in the semis. Like if Scheffler and Rory get 3rd and 4th in a regular tournament, I don't care. Like, it's all right. They played pretty good. The fact that they got knocked off, that there was a semifinals
Yeah. Yep.
and they lose in it makes them getting 3rd and 4th so much more dramatic and cool to me.
Well, okay, and I want to correct you on one thing. I believe it's 18 holes for like groups of 4, like the initial groups of 4 in pool play before you get into the tournament. I believe it's only 18 holes a day. And then like I know the semifinals and finals that's one day, 36 holes a guy.
Yeah. It's 36 holes on Sunday. They played.
Well, the whole President's Cup debacle, we had that one figured out immediately. So we don't want people coming at us saying it's only 18 holes a day. It's not 36.
Yeah, it was 36 on Sunday.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just think that aspect makes it so much sweeter to watch because like big upsets are some of my favorite things in sports. And if like Sam Burns beats Rory, like he gets a 5th and Rory gets a 6th, I don't feel like that's an upset, even though it is.
Right.
But when he beats him head to head, it is a huge upset.
Well, and both of those semifinal matches went over 18. They both went like free golf holes.
Yeah.
I believe the Scheffler and Burns went 21 holes. And I believe the Rory Cameron Young went 19 holes.
Yep.
Maybe 20. I can't remember. But yeah, we got some free golf after that. And then they go and play another 18 holes.
Yeah, and Burns kicked the shit out of Young.
Yeah. And he was eating an Uncrustable.
Yep.
I love that.
Which
He
like,
must have listened to the pod last week.
I mean, you grab a frozen Uncrustable out of the freezer, you put it in your golf bag. By the time you need that thing, it's nice and juicy and oh my God, you don't even need to put it in the toaster or microwave at that point.
Yeah, if you guys, I don't think maybe I didn't talk about it on the Double Bogey Show, but I definitely talked about it in some form of YBR, whether it's Patreon or main. But I demolished the Uncrustables we have at the office.
Yes, you do.
You throw them in the pizza oven for 7 minutes. You flip them after 4, crispy on both sides, except the peanut butter and jelly in the middle isn't hot and runny. It's the perfect. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you make the best Uncrustable.
Yeah, I mean, what better place to do it than Texas? Texas is a pretty hot state.
Yeah, you can just set it on the hood of your
Car.
well.
Yeah, or just set it like
You don't have a car with you when you're playing.
just take your driver head cover off
Yeah.
and throw it on top of the driver head cover. Let that baby bake in the sun for a little bit. I've never been a big like snack or just like food in general guy on the course. I don't know why. I think it's something.
Well, we're too busy drinking.
That, and I think it's something to do with I don't want my hands to get greasy.
Yeah.
But maybe I should do that because then it's another built-in excuse of why.
That's why John Daly eats peanut M&Ms, because he can just grab the bag and dump them in his mouth.
Or you see like a lot of golfers just have like a granola bar or something like that out there.
Yeah.
Munching on the tee box.
I watched both semifinal matches on Sunday. No, I was not hungover, but I had just as good of a time watching it on Sunday as if I was hungover.
Yeah, I was really trying to pay a lot of attention to it, but I had that birthday party going on. Eventually, I was able to like sneak off into the basement and watch. And me and my dad were down there and would get away from the crowd for a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
So I got to watch a little bit of it all in one, but otherwise I just kind of had it like dodging around, looking around people's heads.
Yeah. What I love the most is I like to see how long of a putt one player is going to give the other player.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, Tyler, I don't know if you saw this, but a lot of times when one guy would give another guy a putt, he would still putt it anyways.
Right, I know. We know the rule. We talked. So a lot of people have been sending us the USGA post that they did explaining the rule. We already knew that. We Googled it when we had the initial argument, so we knew that that was the rule. But my argument to that is that if we are going to start following all of USGA's rules, then breakfast balls are gone. Our foot wedges are gone. I can't go drop with you, buddy, because that rule is gone. We're not following the USGA rules.
Well, think about the foot wedge though, is that I'm not asking you if I can take a foot wedge. I'm just taking one when you're not looking.
Right, but like if you wanted me to come drop with you, I can't do that anymore.
But if he's telling you to drop by him, he's allowing it.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
But I can't submit my scorecard at the end of the round.
who are you submitting it to?
If it's really good and it's the course record, I'm submitting it to the clubhouse.
It won't be the course record.
You don't know that. What if I break a course record, Trevor?
They're not going to need to drop by him.
What if I did break the course record and I did drop by Ryan? Then I can't submit it anymore because now all of a sudden we're following USGA rules. And then we can't be using good balls anymore because we're technically professional golfers.
The juiced ball rule is beyond me.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's the only. This is the only person.
Jake, can you look that up? The juice balls, like what's the if there's a difference? There is obviously,
So
but
they're calling it a ball rollback, which I'm equating it to baseball, where they get rid of the juice balls essentially. And so like these long drivers, like the Brysons of the world, are going to get the ball. Like Rory even, and Rory's the only golfer I've seen in favor of this. And he wants the balls to be rolled back as well. So basically, just eliminating driving distance. You're not going to be able to hit it as far.
I can't get. I mean, obviously, I can't get on board with that because we need all the distance we can, and it doesn't affect us because we can still use juice balls.
Yep.
But as we've talked before, like Major League Baseball, I think one way to and this is such a casual take, and I'm not the one making the decisions or playing, but I think one thing to solve the baseball rule is to juice the baseballs, but also make the seams higher. So it favors the pitcher and the hitter. Higher seams means more movement on your ball, means it, catches more wind, whatever.
Yep.
So if you give the advantage to the hitters, you got to give it back to the pitchers as well. Now with golf, it's like if you roll the balls back, then do you need to give them something in return? I don't know what that is.
They get to play from whites.
They get to play from whites, or they get to ground their club in the sand.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I don't know. I mean, obviously, golf is a hard enough sport for people to watch the way it is. Like, you have to really be in the game to want to sit down and watch golf like we are now. But like baseball, people want to see home runs hit. People want to see guys hitting 50, 60 home runs a year like Aaron Judge.
Yep.
People want to see 300 and some yard drives out of these golfers. When a guy hits a drive and you see the little carry, the carry meter up in the top right corner, I want to see that baby climbing up to 300 carry.
Yep.
Because that just makes the game more interesting.
Well, it gives you a reason to be pumped about a random drive in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty against it. Obviously, that's I'm not for any stifling of the talent. Rory is the only argument I've seen that he is for it, and his reasoning for it is that he would love to see golfers hitting the long irons again. He said there's not enough long irons being hit in the game of golf, and rolling the ball back would increase the amount of long irons being hit and truly show who has the best overall game, because you actually have to hit every club in your bag, which is an intelligent argument, but also fuck that.
Yeah.
Well, and yeah, at the same time, I think viewers like us and people trying to get into watching the game of golf would rather see a pro golfer stick one 3 feet from 150 out.
Right. Do you remember?
Or 130 out. Like, that's, you think about the sweetest feelings in golf. It's hitting long drives and it's sticking balls close to the pin.
But think about when we were at the Ryder Cup, and it was 2020, 2019. Doesn't matter. We were at the Ryder
2021 Cup. Because the merch said 2020 and it got canceled.
Okay. Yeah. So we were at the Ryder Cup, and the first hole at the Ryder Cup at Whistling Straits was a 290 yard par 4.
No, I think it was like 330, 340.
Either way, Bryson drives it.
Yep.
Drives the green. And the whole, everyone in the entire course blew the fuck up because they knew what happened. You have these radio things, whatever. Everyone knew that happened, and all the people at the Ryder Cup were losing their goddamn minds. No one lost their goddamn mind at a long iron.
No, God, no.
Fuck
God,
no.
no. Because, it's
Like it's still really cool and impressive to stick a 220 yard 4 iron, right? But the crowd isn't losing their shit over it like they are someone hitting a driver 340 yards onto the green.
Okay, so then, what's stopping these club companies from making drivers that make up for the rolled back ball?
I think,
like corking a bat, for instance. Like, is there something you can do with a golf club to where it makes you hit the ball farther that is still in the gray area of the rules?
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I know there are certain drivers that are banned, like the hammer's banned.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be great to see someone go up there with a hammer and hit a rolled ball bat.
When there's a shaft length limit, correct?
Yep.
So I got some data here if you guys would like it.
Some data.
Did a quick Google search here. So apparently the proposed changes to the ball would say that the new rule must not exceed the overall distance standard of 317 yards and no more than 320 yards on rollout. The changes would be tested with club head speeds of 127 miles an hour and set up for 11 degrees loft and no more than 2,200 RPM of backspin. So when you think about that, that's like crazy pro distance, like crazy club head speed. But there are some pros who have over 121 miles an hour of club head speed.
So they're saying that the ball will be tested at that level?
Yeah.
Or if I hit a 340 yard drive, it just doesn't count?
No, they're saying, no, you're fine. The ball will be tested. So they're going to make a new ball like they used to make baseball bats back in the day. They have it set to a certain spec that it can't hit X amount of yards at X amount of speed and X amount of RPM.
Lame.
It's just
Well, and here's the other thing too, is golf courses are just getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
Especially when you're rolling the tips back, it's like,
Well, yeah, think even the Masters, they reconstructed and moved some of the tee boxes back.
Yeah.
Literally the hole behind you. They had to move the amen corner tee box back, didn't they?
Yeah, that is a par 3 technically, so I don't think it mattered a ton for the ball rollback. Doesn't matter a ton for that.
Yeah.
But how do these balls affect iron play? Is it going to be dead for everything, or is they're designing?
yeah,
it?
that's a good point. I don't know. If you hit a 4-iron 220, are you now only going to hit it 210?
Yeah.
205?
I mean, it has to be, right? Because the ball is the only thing consistent in a golf bag.
Yeah. I don't know. And then are they going to continue to move the tee boxes back? So if they move the tee boxes back and now you've got a shorter ball, that could be the difference between a par 4 becoming a par 5 and stuff like that on some courses.
Yeah.
I don't.
like a lot more work.
I don't.
It sounds like a ton of work for something that most of the golf world hates.
Again, long drives, sticking balls close to the pin. That's what we want to see, and I guarantee that's what the casual who doesn't watch much golf wants to see.
Yeah, you're trying to bring new eyeballs in, and this isn't the way to do it.
Nope.
So take that and shove it up,
Yeah.
shove it where the sun don't shine. Because
Sun-
you know they're gonna see this and they're gonna be like, "Fuck, these guys are right."
Do you think
Yeah.
this is
Guys
kind
are
of a
right.
win for the Live? Because the Live is absolutely not going to follow that rule.
I don't know. I don't know.
Unless I do.
I think there's about 0 chance in hell that the Live adopts that rule.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. I haven't fucking kept tabs on Live for 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, I follow them on Instagram, so I see their stuff quite a bit.
Yeah. Besides that,
Mm-hmm.
when you got things like match play, you got the Masters cut. Like it's so hard to beat.
They're coming to the Masters.
Yeah,
We're
that is
see
gonna be
'em
sick.
That's gonna be sweet.
I cannot. Scotty Scheffler,
dominating every single one.
he's gonna be dishing out his chicken breast or whatever the fuck he decided for the Masters meal,
Yep.
and he's gonna give who's all playing. It'll be at the dinner.
I don't even know.
Yeah, Live golfers invited to Masters.
You put like laxatives in their freaking chicken or whatever.
Yeah,
right.
Put some laxies, or like just tell the cooks to just overdo the shit out of that, or
Don't even cook it.
Yeah, this guy wants his chicken medium rare.
Didn't he put that in the invites? Like,
I don't know if that was photoshopped or not, but
Yeah.
it said like Live golfers meet at 9th grade at 9.
Yeah,
or whatever.
If he did that, hilarious move, Scotty. If not, still a funny post.
Yeah,
Yep.
very. What do you got for us, Jake?
I mean, pretty much everybody big on the Live is invited there. Bryson, Sergio Garcia, DJ, Brooks Koepka, Phil Mickelson, Kevin Na, Amito Pereira, Patrick Reed, Cam Smith, Bubba Watson. Like, yeah, all the big Live guys are all
Bubba
there.
won. Yeah, Bubba won, so he's automatically back.
This is the Live versus PGA we wanted.
Yeah.
The Masters
Yeah.
became the Live versus PGA that we wanted.
Yeah, dude. Next week is going to be electric. It's Easter too, so it's like my Saturday. I'm going to be at Easter's, so I'm going to have the Hulu Live queued up and watch it on my
at
phone.
dinner.
Yep.
Be in church cheering.
Yeah. All right, we got one more week. I mean, we got one more week till the Masters, and we get.
Wait,
well,
is that
week
why
and a
they
half.
call it Amen Corner? Because it's on Easter?
No,
Or
because
it's
the
'cause you-
Valero was on Easter last year.
Okay.
Tournament this weekend.
Okay.
But nice little precursor to the Masters. Though I don't know how many big names will be in it, but doesn't matter. We got about a week and a half. This was always the best week in college because my buddies and I, we knew that baseball season was right around the corner, like was already almost in full swing. We'd all get together. We'd just shack up in my buddy's room with the Masters on and just sit, drink some beers, and watch golf.
When you're right off
All
the tail
day.
of March Madness, too.
Yeah.
And you got finals coming up because college ends in like early May. So it's a great time of year, not for us in terms of getting outside, but for golf on TV. So thank God they didn't roll the golf balls back yet. So we're going to enjoy it while we can.
Yep.
That's it, gentlemen,
Let's do it.
ladies and gentlemen. 130,
1:30.
Yeah.
episode 130 in the books. We'll be back again next week. We're going to talk a lot of Masters next week. Last year, we did the Masters episode with Lucas from Sweet Shots. Talked a lot of bird noises. We'll figure out something controversial to talk about next week.
Yep.
But for now, appreciate you all. See you next week.
Bye.
See you.
Love you.
I love you.
Love you.
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.